Well, football was always classified as a secondary sport. Once you got to a certain level in football in New Zealand, it was tough because, football's the global game, as people call it, and you weren't comparing apples with apples. When I first got into the national team at 17 or 18, you're suddenly playing teams of, a real quality, and we never had the right sort of preparation. We never had the right sort of injection of money. In '73, we had a pretty good team as well. We'd done all right in New Zealand at Newmarket Park, but playing Australia, and they had a pretty good team in '73 as well, and that was the team that they first qualified for the World Cup. It was a huge result for New Zealand football, because at that time Mexico were in the top 20 teams in the world, and they brought a really, really top class team to New Zealand. New Zealand football decided to play the game at Bill McKinley Park. They put terracing up right around the ground, and it was really close and intimidating, and they sold the whole place out. And I always remember that the Mexicans sort of really didn't want to know in the end.
Put home by Turner for the goal, and a superb goal again. Brian Turner, his second goal.
The differences with 73, 77 and then the 82 team was we really felt in 80, 82 that we were as good as Australia. I think 73, 77 we were a bit intimidated by Australia and the results that they got. But we really felt that we had a real chance of turning them over.
It's like a Philly centre, 10 yards, pick the cross, Brian Turner, a goal! A goal!
We played pretty well in that game, and it gave us an awful lot of confidence, going back to Australia to play against Australia.
New Zealand 2-0!
It was very gratifying, very satisfying, all of those sort of words. But I think it was the way that we did it. We played really, really well in that game, and Australians are such bad losers, and when we won, they didn't give us any credit.
Wooden quickly with the free kick. Hawano's looking for it. Brian Turner has it in the back of the net. It is 2-0. Steve Wooden's looking for this. It's running on for him nicely. He's going to hook it across in front of goal. And Brian Turner nods it in beautifully. Little ball for Mackay. To Brian Turner. That's in the net.
Well, I think we were leading by one. I think Winton scored. The first goal.
Now, can they press home this early advantage? As Woodin crosses dangerously. Oh, the ball knocked straight back to Brian Turner, and it's 2!
And that was good for us because it got us up to 2-0.
The referee has given a penalty.
Fortunately for me, the goalkeeper, when I took the kick, the goalkeeper went one way and the ball went straight down the middle of the goal. And that was the fifth goal for us.
With an absolutely vital spot kick. And he's got it! It's 5-0! Brian Turner has scored, and the celebrations amongst the New Zealand players have started.
We walked out to have a kick around, and John was sort of standing there talking to Pele. I'd organised with Alan Both that when we get out there, Bothy, you take the camera and get a picture of me with Pele. And so he bought into it, and John was standing there talking to Pele, and I just walked straight in and I said, "Excuse me, Pele," and he looked at me, and I could see John's smoke coming out of his ears, like that, and I said, "Could I have a photograph with you, please?" And he said, "Yeah, of course." So he stood there. I've got it in my house. It's been blown up in a big photograph. It's my pride and joy. And we had the photograph taken, and we went back into the dressing rooms before the game. And John said, "Turner, I want to see you," like that. "Turner," and he never talks to me like that. He says, "Turner, I want to see you. Only you could have pulled a stunt like that." And I said, "John, what do you expect?" I said, "He's my hero." And he just sort of dropped it, and he was real good about it. But we joke about it now, But it was a really, what a way to finish your career. I mean, I think he's been the greatest football player ever.